To what do you owe your success?
I have a natural instinct for what makes a person tick. Hannah?
Christian.
Ow! Ooh. That hurts. Oh, please, God! Ah!
White girls, get that elevator fixed.
50 Shades of Black is the new movie starring Marlon Wayans, and it's a spoof on 50 Shades of Grey. I hated 50 Shades of Grey. It was my worst movie of 2015, and I gotta say, I was actually kind of excited for this movie just because I purely hated 50 Shades of Grey so much. I wanted to see a movie that just ripped on it. But even so, I haven't been a fan of the Wayans brothers' spoof movies in a long time. I think the last real spoof movies I liked was Scary Movie 1 and 2. Actually, I liked 3 a lot too. After that, though, I haven't really liked any of these movies. And this is the first one I was kind of like, oh man, they're ripping on a movie that sucked so bad, so maybe this one will be better somehow, maybe. Well, I guess the one positive is it is better than 50 Shades of Grey, if that's saying much. But this movie still sucks. I mean, you can tell just from watching the trailer, you know what you're getting when you see this movie. If you found yourself watching the trailer to this, or that clip at the beginning of my video, and you're like, ugh, I did not find myself laughing, then you're gonna hate this movie. This movie is not that great. But I'm not gonna lie, there were a bunch of times in this movie that I did laugh, and it was consistent throughout the movie. It was kind of like a situation where they'd throw out 10 jokes, and I'd laugh at one of them, and the other 9, I was just like, oh god, this is stupid. But then that one joke, I would kind of chuckle, ha ha ha. For example, in 50 Shades of Grey, she's always biting her lip, and I hated that. It was so annoying. And they kind of made fun of that in this movie where she's kind of chewing on a pencil, and then she's just like gone to town on it, and deep throating the pencil and stuff. And I thought that was kind of funny spoofing that. Or for example, he's jogging at the beginning, and then he steals a woman's purse and keeps going. Or he's putting on his suit, and then you realize he's at a store, and then he busts out of there like stealing the suit. I thought that stuff was kind of clever. But I really don't know what the formula to this kind of movie is. So I do kind of commend them for making this type of movie, because some jokes that I would laugh at were really stupid and I didn't know why I was laughing at them, and other ones other people laughed at I thought were really dumb. So it's got to take a lot of work to try to put this movie together and figure out what people will think is funny or not, because it's really hit or miss with everybody. But I know there is a proper way to do it, because I saw the show Angie Tribeca, which I also reviewed on my channel, and I laughed consistently throughout that show. So there is a way to do spoofs properly. And so I think these guys, they need to give up on doing these spoof things, because, I mean, unless they're just making money and they're like, screw it, we're making money, they need to make something better, because these guys have the capability to be funny, but these movies just aren't doing it that well. And there were a few aspects that if they would have fixed it, it would have improved this movie a lot. The main girl in this movie has a roommate, and every time that character was on screen, I was so annoyed and like, oh god. She's basically this like sex addicted person, and she always looks completely different every time she's on the screen, and she's just always doing gross stuff, and I'm just like, is this funny to somebody? Who's laughing at this? Who are they screening these movies for where they're like, yep, that's a funny one? If I was there, I'd be ripping on this movie. But if you do like these kinds of movies, you will probably enjoy this movie. If you hate 50 Shades of Grey, there is a certain twisted, morbid likability to this movie just because you hate 50 Shades of Grey so much that you gotta see this because it makes fun of it. And so I'm really conflicted on what to rate this movie, because it's not really a catfish, because the trailer is pretty obvious of what you're getting. It's not really blue balls, because again, you get about what you expect. So I think at the end of the day, if you like this kind of movie, it will be a one night stand. You're going to see it. It's going to be dumb and stupid, but it is better than 50 Shades of Grey. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe. Also, if you're not familiar with my movie rating system, please click the eye above and watch my movie rating video. And if you want to stick around after this to watch some more movie reviews, do that if you can handle it. Go.